Lots of the things I saw in the court that I went to visit fed into the play. Sort of boring, banal things, like the way people address each other and how they talk, so the sort of language of the courtroom fed in. But then lots of bizarre, surreal things. So there's a moment in the play where one of the characters is sending a text underneath the table, and he thinks he's not been spotted by the judge. And that happened on the trial I was sitting in on. The guy who was putting in this claim, who was basically lying, he said his whole family were in a crash and they weren't, started sending a text, and the judge went mental and started screaming at him. And the guy said, "Oh, sorry, I was just trying to turn my phone off." And it was so crushingly obvious that wasn't what he was doing. I just couldn't believe it, and it was intensely funny. I mean, I think the tone of the play, which mostly, I suppose, is kind of comedic, came from what I learnt about that world of no win, no fee and solicitors, and the stuff I did stumble across, I did find very silly when people were lying, when they were being cross-examined, and they were clearly lying. It was the whole room was like, this is shit, and it's a sign of their desperation and their sort of need, what they want, rather than, I hope it's never me sort of taking the piss out of them. It hopefully arises from the situation they find themselves in. It's always my favourite bit, working with actors, I think, because when it's just me at home sat on my own, it's one brain trying to think about all the people in the play. So the amazing thing about when you get in a room with all the actors in rehearsal is suddenly you've got, I don't know, 10 brains, or, you know, all looking at both their individual bits and looking on the whole. So you find out what a scene might really be about, and, you know, and they ask really specific questions. And yeah, I mean, in a weird way, I'm working out what the play is and what it's doing as much as they are, really. I quite wanted to write a workplace type play, and you try and find the right form or the right people to inhabit the thing that you're interested in, the world you're interested in. And it just seemed to me that you want to make it about the solicitors. And as the play escalates in terms of the sort of risk that they're getting into, the form of the play has to shift. So you end up in a courtroom with these people who are just completely out of their depth. I hope, in a weird way, I hope what it's not like, this is probably going to be rude, is the sort of, you know that scene you get in a lot of kind of mainstream films where a character has told a lie for the whole film, and there comes a moment where they have to give a speech at which we, the audience, know their lie is going to get the better of them, and they're talking through the speech and they stop and they tell the truth and everything's okay. My experience of lying is that you keep it up for as long as you possibly can. So I hope it's anti those shitty legal dramas. Yeah, good.